We have a new tropical storm in the Atlantic basin. Good afternoon, I'm Mike Naso with this Monday afternoon update on the tropics. We are now in August as we get closer and closer to the climatological peak of hurricane season, which happens around September 10th or so. We are expecting things to get active, and they are. We have a new tropical storm, that's Tropical Storm Erin, right here near Western Africa and the Cape Verde Islands, or the Cabo Verde Islands, depending on which one you call it. And we have a pretty good area of convection to the south of it and more waves leaving Africa. This will get more and more active as we head towards the peak of hurricane season. We have a feature we've been watching here in the central Atlantic, and then another feature here off the eastern seaboard that could become a subtropical system. Both of these are low chances for development, and then we have some stormy weather there in the northeastern areas of the Gulf of America. A lot to talk about right now. Here's the latest on Tropical Storm Erin as of 5 p.m. Atlantic time from the National Hurricane Center. Erin was at 17.4 north, 30.3 west, winds up to 45 miles per hour, so it's strengthening very, very slowly, and it's moving west at 21 miles per hour. It should eventually become a hurricane, but not until mid to late week, and then a stronger hurricane, and then a major hurricane. So it looks like, based on the forecast, Erin will be the first hurricane of the year and the first major hurricane of the year here in the Atlantic Basin. Now, the track through time is still uncertain. We think it's going to continue west, maybe a little bit west-northwest, and then once we get towards the weekend, we should have a better idea because the computer models tend to want to turn it, but just where that turn would occur, and it's still too far out to say definitively, which is why we're going to want to keep an eye on it. Not to mention land masses like Bermuda and the Bahamas would have to be on alert just in case Erin makes her way towards land. Now, the wind field right now is very tiny. It's a very small tropical storm. It's a very weak tropical storm. And look at how far out there it is. I mean, we're talking days and days and days before it would even get towards 60 west in the Lesser Antilles. So we have a long time to watch it. And right now, taking a look at it, it doesn't look that impressive. It's having a little bit of trouble organizing. It's not really firing any convection over the center. Nevertheless, it's a weak tropical storm, and over time, it should get in a better environment for strengthening and become a stronger tropical storm than a hurricane, and then a Category 3 major hurricane. Now, these are the European ensembles, and notice what they do with the system. They take our Erin here from the western areas there off Africa all the way towards the eastern seaboard, but look at the end, they do turn it out, most of them. Nevertheless, this is the European, and this is a good model, and some of these are getting kind of close. And that's why we just don't know beyond the weekend what Erin will do. We should be able to zero in on it more as time goes by, but right now it bears watching. The odds probably favor it going out to sea, but Bermuda's out here like, hey, what do you mean out to sea? We're right here in the middle of the sea and the thing's going right over us. So we could have a direct hit on Bermuda, even if it turns, quote-unquote, out to sea. The GFS models, a little bit more scary. These are as of 12Z, and notice some of them want to take it right there into southeast Florida. Now, most of them take it out, but again, you just don't know at this point. But yeah, the odds do favor that Erin will remain mostly out at sea, at least over the next 5 or 6 days. After that, Bermuda, maybe areas there the Canadian Maritimes would have to watch. And to say nothing of the East Coast with swells. This is the rip current risk off the eastern seaboard and Puerto Rico. Right now, it's a moderate rip current, and then off southeast Florida, high rip currents. So if you're going swimming off areas there near Palm Beach, be very, very careful. We have very high rip currents, and if you get caught in one, swim up or down the beach. Don't go against it into the surf. Let it take you out a little bit. A lot of people drown trying to fight the rip currents. As Erin moves into frame over the next few days, we will eventually see this rip current and surf increase, regardless of direct impacts from the storm. So we're going to keep a close eye on Erin. In the Eastern Pacific, we had Tropical Storm Ivo out here. He's gone. And we have Hurricane Henriette, tiny little curlicue there north of Hawaii, Category 1. It should weaken and eventually move on out between Hawaii and the Aleutian Islands of Alaska. I'm Mike Naso with the latest on the tropics. We'll be back with more coverage of our Tropical Storm Erin Again, forecast to become a hurricane and then a major hurricane and cruise west throughout the Atlantic over the coming days.